upatie watoto,
Yes.
upatie bibi time, sababu hii mambo yetu ya politics ina consume time sana.
That's true.
So you can do politics, you can work for the people, and you forget about your own people. So wanasemanga, do not love somebody's child so much, and you forget about your own child.
Okay.
Do not love somebody's wife so much
and forget
about your own wife or husband. Yeah, so ni kubalance. At least ukipatia wa Kenya 50%, wewe pia unajipatia 50% of your time.
Sana, kweli.
So that at least family pia isiwe that by the time you will be finishing politics, you also lost your family along the way.
Amazing.
Yeah, so well, balancing.
People don't know, maybe unakuanga very ardent church goer. Kwa podcast yetu nituambiaga, but if you can break up, where do you fellowship?
I go at Parklands Baptist Church, but again, as a leader, you find that we get so many invites in different churches. So, kama this Sunday, I got an invite in another church. The other Sunday, I was at Kasarani. The past 2 Sundays, I was at Kasarani. But I'm domiciled at Parklands Baptist Church. That is where, when I came to Nairobi in 2007, that is where I started worshiping. So, you know, Igunza, we cannot do anything without God. In everything that we do, it is God. In the beginning of your life, put God first. In your journalism, God. In the beginning of your ambition, God. In the beginning of your family, God. Everything, God
first.
Ni God maze, otherwise you cannot succeed in anything you do.
And how do you balance that? Because about politicians, once you get into politics, it's a dirty game. Now godliness inataka truth, inataka faithfulness, inataka justice, and everything of that sort.
You know, Igunza, it's about your conviction. As a leader, leadership comes from God. In the first place, every leader ought to know that he is a leader because of God. It is a rare quality that you find in people. So the moment God gives you this opportunity, do not misuse it. Because God gives you an opportunity to act as a bridge between him and his people, so that you can serve his people. But when you get into leadership and you forget about God, it means that you are going to serve your own things. By the time you get into leadership and power gets into your head, you start lying to people, you start giving fake promises, then or if you don't keep your promises, then it means that the grace of God has already left you. And remember, even in the Bible, Igunza, all those leaders who are arrogant, all those leaders who are brought down because of pride, they are there, they are existing. But there are those who are lifted. There are those who started as arrogant, changed along the way, but were
and became very impactful, by the way.
Likes of Uzziah, King Uzziah. These are people. There's nothing new happening.
Paul,
the likes of Paul, Saul to Paul. And you know, by the way, even me, I met about Damascus. And I'm called Paul. But you did not go blind. But I didn't go. I went blind.
Tell us about that. What happened?
You know, Igunza, things happened, but I will come back and talk about it, as I said, in the interest of time. But when I met my Damascus moment, I made a 180 degrees turn because I saw things. God gave me an opportunity to take care of his people. In the course of this opportunity, I went a little astray. But again, the Bible says that no man, no human is righteous before the Lord. We are not 100% perfect. And that is why Jesus Christ came for us and died for us on the cross, so that our sins may be forgiven. So the day Jesus died, all our sins were forgiven. But my issue was a personal issue. Everybody is aware of it, the DJ Evolve issue. I never shy away from it. There's a lot of responsibility that we took. We acted, we took action. A lot of responsibility that we took on this matter. And there are people always talk about justice. There are different types of justice. One type of justice is called retributive justice. Retributive justice says that we have to punish you. We punish you. If you were King Solomon, those who are condemning us at times, if they were King Solomon, they would have said that cut the baby into 2. They would have destroyed the baby. The baby would have never existed. Then there's another type of justice called the restorative justice, that you need to be seen or to restore to its original form the way it was. It might not be 100% perfect, but at least moving towards restoration. That's also a type of justice. But all in all, I will have a date with you, Igunza.
Yeah.
This is something that I've always wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
I really want to share with Kenyans how it changed my life. You know, from 2020, 17th day of January, my life took a 180 degrees turn. And I knew that I've been called to this world for a different purpose. A purpose to serve the people. A purpose to ensure that the people of Embakasi's constituency go to school. A purpose to ensure that I build schools. I give them roads, just to change their lives, to ensure that that mama mboga moves from selling the mboga, graduates into even a supermarket. That border rider, how can we grow together? That tuk-tuk driver, that makanga guy, the tan boy, how can we change things together? And that is why even after this interview, I'm headed to court. There's a matatu driver who was arrested. He was charged. He's been to industrial area for the past 35 days. He wasn't given cash bail. He was denied as at that moment. Then I came in. Today we are going for his ruling. And I believe he's going to be given cash bail because these are our brothers. These are our fathers. This is a person who has been into industrial area prison for the past 35 days. The son was sent away from school fee. So the son is also worried, how can you go get school fee from your dad who is in prison? So these are the things that as a leader, we have to bridge this gap. Leaders build bridges, they don't build walls.
And you're now an advocate of the High Court.
Yes, you saw the other day we were releasing the Gen Zs who were arrested because of terrorism, the trumped up charges which were just pressed against them, the terrorism charges, robbery with violence charges. We have managed to release a total of around 150. I've handled 150 matters for the people, and at least we have won all of them at the first level. Everybody is out on bail. Some cases, there are those that we've won that the magistrate found no fit for those charges to be pressed against the people. The files have been closed. So as we speak, I'm a new advocate, but my brain is not new, of course. But we are handling them. And the reason why I did this,
precisely,
when my mom was selling changa, police officers used to come to our home. They beat people. I saw my mom being beaten, myself being harassed. We grew up with a lot of trauma because this thing was really affecting us psychologically, because you see people being beaten, you wonder what is happening. You see your mom being chased away every time we are on the run. And I said that what is that best cause that I can do to defend people who are selling changa, to defend the forgotten in the society, to defend the downtrodden, to defend the less privileged, the meek and the weak. And I said that it is law. That is why I did law as my third degree. And I said that law, I will use it for the interest of the people on pro bono publico, for free. Pro bono publico.
Your services are free of charge.
Are free of charge, because that is the only gift I can give to Kenyans. Wherever you are, if you get me, if I have time, I will appear for you. Save for there are certain cases that I might not come in, the sexual offenses cases, I might not come in such cases. And also if there are complainants, there's a complainant, if you went and assaulted somebody, I can only bring you people together because of Constitution Article 157, I think 157 or 159, dictates for ADR, Alternative Dispute Resolution Mechanism. That you can reconcile people, you can mediate, you can arbitrate. So if we bring them together, they agree, instead of standing in court against the wishes of another Kenyan. So I don't want to bring in conflict between the two, but just to reconcile.
For how long do you want to push this agenda of ensuring that maybe you help bring justice closer to the people? Because we know how our judiciary is, and we know how our corridors of justice can be agonizing when it comes to actually accessing justice.
You know, Igunza, it takes me and you to bring change. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. And in the beginning, there was the Word. And the Word was God. And the Word became God. So by the end of the day, we start just with a step. Let us just have hope. I know on a daily basis, Kenya is changing. Things will be changing. And who knows, we will be getting the justice that we deserve. But again, the judiciary also, there are some cases which are not political, that they are fair about. Political cases where some of them might be inclining towards the wishes of the state because of fear of losing their jobs, we will know how to be handling. We'll know how to handle these issues. But we'll not stop fighting for justice just because there is an issue within the judiciary. There are those judges who are okay. There are those. It's just a normal society.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Babu, way back when you were the leadership of the university, you ensured there were some reforms, as in even the politicians felt the heat that you helped bring up. You moved from there. You've gone to politics actively. You've served the people of Embakasi. They felt your impact. And right now, you want to go into something bigger than that. And you're eyeing the gubernatorial seat in Nairobi. Okay? And before that, you had said, in fact, you wanted to be the next president after William Ruto, if my memory serves me right. And do you think you have what it takes?
As a leader, I've been a leader all my life. I was a prefect from class 3, 4, 5, 6. Class 7, assistant head boy. Class 8, I was the head boy of Central Primary School. From 1, 2, 3, I was a prefect. From 4, I was called to do an interview for being to be the head student, to be the head boy of the school. Then Kisumu Boys is divided into 2. There's day schooling and there's boarding. Then I was day schooling. I couldn't get money to board. The requirement for a head boy, I was asked at the interview that, can you board so that we make you the head boy? But I couldn't afford that fee. So I lost that position because of only the idea that I was not a boarder. But if I were, I would have been the head boy. So I was a prefect. So 1, 2, 3, 4 prefect. Then I got a privilege to get a scholarship to study A-levels at Millennium Academy. And Millennium Academy, I really thank the director. They gave me an opportunity. Mr. Kanji, Miss Kasam, they really did an amazing work. They give people scholarship, the downtrodden, the less privileged. Millennium Academy is along Peponi Road. That is the first time I came to Nairobi in 2007. Then joined the University of Nairobi in 2008, September. I want to tell you, my brother, that even in A-levels, from 5 and 6, the Cambridge system, the British system, I was the head boy in Form 5 and in Form 6, AS and A-levels. Then I went to the University of Nairobi in 2008. By 2011, I became a student leader. Then I served for 4 terms as a student leader. There is no any other student leader who has ever served for 4 terms. I was the longest serving student leader on earth. Served for 4 terms. Then after that, went to Embakasi East Republic. The people of Embakasi East poached me from the university. Went there. I served. I'm serving. This is my 2nd term. And with this 2nd term, I'm the one who has been ranked the best member of parliament in performance rating, development, track record for 2 consecutive years now. I'm the best member of parliament in Kenya. That has been done by the research firm Infotrack. So that tells you that my life is a calling of leadership. At the university, you hear the way people speak. They say that Babu Owino was the best student leader ever. When help delayed, we ensured that help was released on time. There's a time the government threatened to increase university fees. Then we went for maandamano. The whole country, because I was also the president of the Kenya University Students Organization. All universities in the country, I was their president. All universities demonstrated, protested. The government retracted from the idea of increasing university fees. When President Ruto was a minister for higher education, I was a student leader. When I was a student leader, he said that the social sciences courses were supposed to be scrapped off. We went and protested. He retracted. It never happened. Insecurities at the university, we handled. Students who were being arrested, they were being released unconditionally, because you are being arrested just for protest and also arrested just for drunk and disorderly. Those are petty issues. We went and we released them ourselves from the stations, and thanks be to the OCSs and the OCPDs of Central, we created a good rapport, a good working relationship, and they understood us as student leaders. And whatever we did at the university, we've replicated it in Embakasi East, and we will replicate it in the next journey that we are going for. And the reason why we are going for this journey is simple. There are challenges which are facing Nairobians. The challenges are simple. As a leader, be a leader, not a dealer. Be a leader, not a dealer. Be a leader with a vision, not a mission. a vision to transform the lives, a vision to ensure that the poor roads in Nairobi are constructed, a vision to ensure that drainage is fixed in Nairobi. When it rains for 30 minutes, you will be wondering, are we in a lake Nairobi? The CBD becomes a lake with rivers, river Langata Road, River Ngong Road, River Thika Road, River Jogo Road, River Mombasa Road, River Wayaki Road, Wayaki Way Road, rivers feeding the lake at the city because of poor leadership. There is a budget of 43 billion Kenya shillings, which is just being misused, being abused. And this budget should be serving Kenyans. Be a leader with a vision to fix roads and drainage. Be a leader with a vision to clear garbage, my brother. Garbage. Even the governor takes responsibility, takes garbage to KPLC.
Kenya Power.
Mwenyewe, he knows where his stock for garbage is. He goes to Kenya Power and pours his brain cells there. My brother, is that the leadership that we need? He pours raw sewage in town. Raw sewage, which is affecting people's businesses around, affecting people's lives. From raw sewage, people can contract diseases. And that is cholera. And you see, cholera finishes you within a day. And that is the governor is, they say, hetero-humano generis. He is hostile. Hostis humano generis. Hostile to the human race. He should not be put close to any human being. If you take a governor to go and post raw sewage in town, deal with the garbage issue. How do you deal with the garbage issue? Devolve this garbage collection to the ward level. Let the youth register companies, women register companies, our fathers register companies. Then give them these jobs. Will you see any takataka in the wards? You will not see. But every time you see the governor in town, ameshika broom. Nishike video, nina sweep up. I'm humble. I'm being humble. Does he sweep his house? Anaoshanga nyumba yake. Kama aoshi, unajua hizi ni PR ndogo ndogo. Give everybody their job to do. Supervise the job. Tell them you have this time to finish this job. Failure to which you are losing this job. That is how we work. We don't have to beg for services, because even me, I have a contract. The moment you are elected, you have a contract. If you don't deliver, you are given time, 5 years. Otherwise, you will be fired. The way this governor has already, this one has been fired before 5 years.
Has he?
There's a vacuum. There's nobody hapo. Kuna kiti iko wazi, igunza. And even if I don't go for the seat, anybody who goes for the seat will defeat the governor. But even the governor knows that he has done nothing such that even his vote will belong to me. Mwenyewe akifika pale atasema wacha nipatie huyu atafanya kazi. Now let me tell you, my brother, you deal with garbage, you deal with sewerage and sanitation together with garbage together. Then you deal with water issue. Water has been a perennial problem to Nairobians. How do you live in a capital city where airport gets water 24 hours, but Embakasi is not getting water 24 hours, 24/7? Okay? It means that there are challenges. In Langata, water challenges, water rationing. You get water 2 days in a week, 3 days in a week. You are living in a capital city. What is the solution to this challenge? Number one, the Ndakaini Dam. Spring Valley Dam. There is the Northern Tunnel Water Collector. These dams, they are providing water to Nairobi. They provide around 546 million liters of water in a day. Nairobians only need 300 million liters of water in a day. Then you ask yourself, if they supply more, where is the excess of 246? How comes Nairobians don't get water every day?
Water buzzers need to make money.
Exactly. Number one, there are cartels who are blocking pipes so that water does not reach its intended destination for them to sell water. Number two, there are pipes which are now corroded, which were set up during the colonial era. They are corroded. There are leakages. Water is lost through leakages. Number three, water is lost through contamination with the sewage, so it's not fit for human consumption. Number four, there is the cartels that we are talking about. The reason why any leader cannot finish a cartel is because they become part of the cartel. Watu wanasemanga, will you deal with the cartel? Igunza, let me tell you. Imagine you've been elected. You have all Nairobians behind you. At the same time, you have sufficient security. At the same time, you have the power. I can crush a cartel in a second. in a second there can be no cartels in
Nairobi.
In a second.
So that's your premise to
bring problems. I come to your house,
yeah,
and you unahamishwa Nairobi.
No,
go and stay in the village.
The Nairobians.
My brother.
Is that what you're telling Kenyans, that ukichukua ikiti cartels will be dealt
What is a cartel, my brother? What is a cartel? In a second they will be going back to the village in buses. Everything yenye wameuse, misuse, abuse,
yeah,
watawacha Nairobi. Uchukue nguo yako, rudi village.
Na majina zao
these cartels are known.
Yeah.
It's not even a matter of exposing cartels. Take action. Because only one person cannot prevent others from benefiting. It is we have a community that should benefit as a leader. After all, cartel anakuthreaten and nobody will exit this world alive. Nobody is exiting alive. The only difference is time.
Yeah.
See, here is a reality.
That's a reality. Death is for everyone. That's a sure thing.
Only time. So cartel asitulete ati cartels. No. Leaders don't finish cartels because they become part of the cartel. So that cartelism, to me, hizo ni vitu rahisi sana Igunza. Mimi my way of working is straightforward. Do this, ama I come and do it myself. Period. That is how we will work. So if that is the service Nairobians want, we are together. If Nairobians want me to be part of the cartels, then you better not. I was telling you better not even give me an opportunity.
Yeah.
I was in church and saying in church that, God, if I'm looking for a seat, and you know in my heart I'm not going to work for your people, and I'm going to be hated because of that, you'd rather not give me that
seat. Don't give it to me.
But if you know in my heart that I'm going to work for the people, let that seat come to me, because I'm going to work for the people who deserve it. Then what is a problem? Number 4 problem is unemployment. How do you cure unemployment in Nairobi? 2 ways. Number 1 way of curing unemployment is through creating an environment for people to do businesses, to self-employ, to reduce the cost for permits, licenses, and kuweka kanjo wasitembee ovyo ovyo kuharibia watu mabiashara. You make sure that department ya kanjo is disciplined. If they are not disciplined, you lose your job. That is how it is. So weka an environment where you don't disturb people doing businesses. Another thing is by ensuring that when you build roads, you create jobs for engineers and for watu kwa ground. Sini kweli. When you build ECDs, schools, you create jobs for teachers and for the support staff. If you build health facilities, make sure that health is another problem. Health facilities, pay doctors well, pay medics, nurses, lab technicians well. Then you shall have created jobs for them and also for the support staff. Pay them well in the hospitals. Those are ways of job creation. Kanjo every year kuna wale wenye wanatoka. Replace them in a very transparent way without looking at any tribe. No tribalism, no discriminating. Nairobi is for all. On merit, Nairobi is for all. Irrespective of whether a person voted for you or not. Serve everybody equally. Then, when you deal with the matters health, purchase sufficient drugs and equipment. If you go to Mama Lucy is a death trap. Bagadi is a death trap. You go there are no drugs. Ukienda pale unapewa Piriton umeze, usahau ugonjwa yako ulale. Na uko in pain. My brother, I was at Mama Lucy. I went to see my friend who stays in Soweto. Unfortunately, he passed on. It was around 7 p.m. Kufika hapo, my brother, there are 2 girls. Those were girls because they're like in high school. Wakakuja waka kneel down before me, wakaanza kulia. Nikamwambia, no, stand up. Why are you crying? Wakaniambia, our mother is bleeding. Amewekwa pale kwa floor. Doctors hawezi mtibu because we don't have 1,500 shillings.
Sad.
I was sad, bro. Nilitoa 15k nikawapatia, nikamwambia wahudumie, ukitaka drugs nunua na hii pesa, na pia any extra bill lipa na hii pesa, nikawapatia. But this, we are wondering, in a hospital you don't have 1,500. Sometimes you don't even have money for registration. You can't be treated. And I urge doctors, we took an oath, Hippocratic oath, to preserve life. The first thing is life. So in any hospital, let us respect life. Nurses took a pledge, the Nightingale pledge, that we go for life first. We don't need to be negligent with people's lives. We are losing loved ones just negligently, recklessly, in a very, very careless way. So let us honor all this. But this can only be done if there's motivation in these health facilities. If you're not being paid well as a doctor, if you're not being paid not even well, if you're not being paid like Nairobi County, utaona patient unasema, hey, hata mimi nakufa njaa, but mimi na urge just provide services. Uliona the Auditor General's report say that 39 billion imeibwa Nairobi County na imefujwa kwa njia ya kupay fake garbage collection na tena kulipa law firms, lawyers, fake. Yani kesi ni hewa. Wacha ni kusurprise. Nilikuwa nimeona kesi moja Sakaja amepelekwa kotini. There's a boy who went to look for a job. Huyu jamani 21 years old. Job ya kanjo, here recruitment annually. Then hii job akupata. Kuna mtu hapo kwa kanjo, the chief officer alimpromise, akamtafutia 30k. Akampatia kijua atapata job. So venye hakupata alikuwa frustrated. Huyo kijana kaenda kotini. So hii job inalipa around job ya kanjo normally ukienda home utaenda na around approximately 20k. Wakitoa taxes na kila kitu. So depending on pia the ranks, na alikuwa nataka ile rank niko down, ile niko chini. Huyu jamaa venye alienda huko, do you know Sakaja paid a lawyer 170 million to handle kesi ya kijana mwenye anafaa pate salary ya 20,000 per month. Nikasema what is happening honestly? So it means that yeye akishalipa wa lawyers, lawyer anamrudishia yake, anampatia kickback. Hiyo ni corruption nyingine wazimu. Supati huyu kijana job ya 20k instead of waste 170 million. So unaona venye we are not reasoning.
All counties, most counties, look something that is replicated.
Which is wrong, bro. Once you are a governor, money will follow you. Don't follow money. Greed blurs vision. When you are greedy, you will not see ahead. Greed blurs vision. So and I can tell you, my brother, that there are many other cases zenye zina happen like this. Ona easy garbage, easy trucks zenye zilinunuliwa za garbage collection. Ndio angalie Auditor General's report. Lori moja imenunuliwa na 28 million. Lori yenye inafaa iwe 10 to 12 million inanunuliwa na 28 million. Hiyo pesa nyingine inaenda wapi? Ona the Green Army. Green Army wamepewa job. Alafu wanapewa only 18,000. 18,000 utalipa rent Nairobi, utanunua food, utapeleka mtoto shule. 18,000 unataka utumie kama transport, ununue nayo nguo. It's not possible. It's not possible, which means by the end of the month uko na deni kama Green Army. So Green Army wanakuwa misused. Na unaona vijana wanaingia kwenye mitaro, wana risk their health. So ni shida sana. Na hiyo budget yao inafaa iwe 30,000 per month. Hii 12,000 inaenda wapi? Hii 12,000 nyiko juu inaenda wapi? Mtu anaikula kwa county. Na anaikula under the leadership of the governor. So it could also be the governor directly. So bro, Nairobi is rotten to the core. Nairobi is done.
And you believe you'll rectify the mess?
Bro, I am the number 1 member of parliament ranked by Infotrack in Kenya in terms of development track record.
But to govern, it's a different ball game.
There is no different ball game. It is an individual. If you can manage a little, you can manage a bigger one. A story is told in the Bible, in the book of Matthew 25:14 to 30. A story is told of a master who was leaving to go to be crowned as a king. Then he called his 3 servants. To the first servant he gave 5 mina. To the second servant he gave 2 minas, and to the last servant he gave 1 mina. The one that he gave 5 minas, when the master came back, he called all his servants. How did you spend the money that I gave you? The one that he gave 5 minas said, Master, I invested 5, I made 10.
Yes.
Here are the 10. He was given 10 cities to manage. To the second servant, he said, Master, you gave me 2. I doubled it. Now there are 4. I invested, there are 4. He was given 4 cities by the master, rewarded to take care of them. To the last servant, he said, Master, I knew you. I knew you were a very bad man. I knew you would come and ask back this money.
I hid it safely.
So I hid it. I dug a hole, hid it. Here it is. Na uchukue na uachane na mimi kabisa. Then the master got annoyed and said, you are a bad servant, because you ought to have invested. So that master dealt with that servant and chased him away. And that there comes a saying that even the little that you have, if you don't use it well, it shall be taken away from you and given to those who have. If you can manage a little, you can manage big.
So if you've managed Embakasi East, it means you can manage the wider Nairobi.
So it tells you it's an individual. Leadership is about individual, not position.
Okay, your party leader, first of all, do you know about his situation?
I'm aware what is happening now, and his elder brother, Senator Buru, spoke about it. You know, health is a natural thing.
Yeah.
And when it comes to nature, it is God who gives health. That is why when we wake up, me and you, we need to thank the Almighty God for the free oxygen, free gift of life that is given to us. There are people who are buying oxygen in hospital. There are people who didn't wake up today just because they are gone. So the moment you have life, we appreciate. The issue of health about Baba, I can only wish him a quick recovery, and I know that, and I pray that God gives him a long life, because Baba has also done his part in this country. People have their strengths, people have their weaknesses, including myself. We are nobody's righteous before God, but let us not attack him in his sickness.
Yeah.
When Baba is sick, we can just pray for him. We can only wish him well, because health in a come from God.
From God.
So I wish him a quick recovery as my party leader. Yes.
Have you spoken to him?
I've not gotten an opportunity to speak to him because he traveled. He's out of the country, so I did not get an opportunity to speak to him. And again, when somebody is not feeling well, you don't need to put more pressure. You don't need to show that you are worried about him. So the only thing you need to do is to pray.
Yeah.
So I've been praying for him.
Political pundits say that ODM might be fielding Sakaja under their ticket, which means you might not get the support of your party, because we know who their favorite son is right now as we speak, right? Your strategy, you equally said that you know you're not going to be given that ticket.
Yes.
So what's your strategy?
Leadership comes from God. When Joseph was being sold as a slave to the Egyptians, first of all, Joseph had a dream that one day he would rule over his brothers. Then the brothers got envious, they got jealous. When Joseph was taking food to them as they were grazing, they decided to kill. They said that some suggested that let us kill Joseph.
Yeah.
Some said no, let us sell Joseph.
Yeah.
Then Joseph was sold. When Joseph was sold, where he was being sold is where Joseph was going to be a prime minister.
Yeah.
So sometimes things might look so difficult. Things might look like they are not happening. But where you are being taken to, that is where you are going to achieve your dreams. In my situation, look at President Ruto's case. The day Baba and Uhuru shook hands in 2018, to President Ruto, that was the end of the world. That was the end of his political career. And on that day, you can imagine how he was feeling as a deputy president.
Yeah.
But that is what was giving him presidency. If you go deep into it, because were it not for that handshake, Baba would have not gotten all the baggage that was with that regime. So he was coming in as a clean person and would have beaten Ruto with a very big margin, right?
Yeah.
But today, even if president has not done things to the satisfaction of Kenyans, he's a president, right?
Yeah.
I want to tell you that I know that Sakaja will be given the ticket for ODM. And I know how much I'm hated in our own house. But that will not prevent me from chasing my dreams. That will not prevent me from being a leader, because I know leadership comes from God, and it is the people who line up to elect their leader. The ticket might go, but our ticket is in the hands of God. God has our ticket. God knows about us. He knows why he removed me from the village to Nyalenda slums, from Nyalenda slums to Nairobi, from Nairobi to Parliament. He knows, and he cannot leave me. And he knows that Babu is a person who has really worked. So my ticket is in the hands of God. The decision that ODM makes, that is their own decision.
Yeah.
I also have my own decision.
Has God shown you which ticket might be suitable for you come 2027?
I'm telling you, my brother, I know my journey, and I know how I'm going to reach where I'm going by the grace of God.
That's what I'm asking, Babu.
That's what I'm telling you.
What's the strategy?
I'm telling you, sometimes you don't share strategy in public because your enemies are also listening. That's why I'm telling you, my brother, that personally, I know where I'm going, and I know how to get there. So long as I'm with God, that is a majority. That's all.
Okay.
Yes.
So you already have a home, politically speaking, like a political party. Do you have some who've already welcomed you, knowing the predicament that you're facing in your own house?
I don't want to go into that now, but what I'm telling you, see, you will vote for me as a governor, Igunza. And there are many like you, Igunza.
Yeah.
There are many like you. People have won even as independent candidates, right? People have won with parties which are not very popular, right?
Yeah.
So, and people have also lost with ODM ticket.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Unapewa inakuwa moto, hata huwezi tembea, unarudisha tu. Si ni kweli?
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, hii yetu iko kwa mkono ya Mungu. Wewe tu ngoja tu the day Babu Owino is being sworn in. I'm telling you, huyu jamaa hizi nishinda bwana. Whether the sky comes to the ground,
yeah,
or the ground goes to the sky, he cannot.
Irrespective.
I'm telling you, and as of today, the opinion polls, very credible, done, is ranking me at 67%.
Yeah.
Is ranking him at 13%. Is ranking Gakuya at 8%.
Yeah.
Ranking Waweru at 6%. Nyakera at 2%. My brother, statistically you cannot move from 13% to 67% in less than 2 years to elections, not unless something very drastic happens. But statistically, it is presumed that in every 6 months, because I'm a student of actuarial science, so naelewa mambo ya statistics. Mimi maneno ya figures, I'm still looking for a person who can beat me at mathematics. But maybe tutapata. And by the way, because of that, naanza revision ya KCSE. Hivi karibuni, I want to help our brothers and sisters in high school so that they can pass exams. So I'm starting my revision. Nita announce the date so that wasaidie. I urge teachers from wherever they are, tune in, wasaidie watoto wetu wapite mtihani. So we are way ahead statistically. In statistics, in every 6 months, you can only change plus minus 5%. So even if we take 5% in the in 2 years, we have 6 months, right? In 2 years we have 6 months. So 4 times 5 is 20. Ukichukua hiyo 20 uongezee Sakaja yote, bado ako na 33.
My question to him, to Matatu Saccos, like, you're going to hustle morning from Lakisama to CBD 100, that's from 5 to 9:30 a.m., 10 to 5 p.m. it's 50 bob. Really? Same way, jioni ukirudi zinapanda. What will he do to Matatu Saccos hiking bus fares during rush hours and lowering these other times?
Right now I'm going to release a Matatu driver who's been to prison for the past 35 days. Industrial area prison. I'm going to court now to release that person. And I want to tell this idea of price fluctuation. If you are a leader, call the Matatu Sacco. Sit down with them. Ask them how you can work together so that Nairobians don't get hurt. Maybe there's somewhere where they are also being hurt. Remember, kwa Matatu driver, amepewa gari. By the end of the evening, the owner of the car anasema, I want this amount.
Target yangu
lazima ifike. Kuna hii target, napatia mtu mwingine gari. So, on top of that, this guy has expenses to take care of. On top of that, kuna makarau pia, hapa na pale, pia wanataka wanyemelei mambo yake. In addition to that, utapata wanasumbuliwa pia tao. Mambo za parking, wamewekewa exorbitantly. So, the first thing is to reduce hizi values za parking. Ukiwa reducea wanaona mahali inakuwa reduced kidogo. So ukireduce, by the way, utaona Matatu Sacco, utaona at least easy fare. Zitakuwa stable. So hii kitu ni leadership. Call them. Let people, kama God anasema my people, come let's sit down and reason together. Matatu Sacco and Kenyans, let's sit down and reason
together. I'm a third year student and we have a problem. I would like you to address on our behalf. Our scholarship and tuition for the last semester hasn't reflected up to now. This is very disgusting to us.
I'm still a comrade, and a comrade is a comrade from wherever you are. I'm really sad that right now the government is really frustrating education in this country. If it is not increasing university fees, then the government is delaying help. So I want to urge the government that you should not delay help. You should not delay these tuition fees. Without help, without the tuition fees, a student cannot travel from the village to Nairobi. Without this money, a student cannot afford accommodation, which means they will not have nowhere to spend.
Yeah.
Without this money, a student cannot get food. A student cannot go to a lecture hall because there is no money for tuition. So therefore, the government, instead of concentrating on sideshows, release money meant for universities, release money meant for high school, release money meant for every level of education. That is the only way we will respect education. President himself is a byproduct of education. Were it not for education, he would have never come to Nairobi. Were it not for education, he would have never been a president. And during his years, education was free, Gunza. Let me surprise you. During his years in 1980s, HELB was a grant. It was called Boom.
Yeah.
You were given for free, which means education was free. You are not paying back. You, the same person who benefited from free education from primary to university, in the 2025, why ain't education free? Why don't you focus all energies on education? Why don't we consolidate all these bursaries we are issuing so that they are issued from the ministry and education is made free on condition that money, that everybody will be studying for free? I want to tell you, my brother, that everything in our nation is because of education. The role of education in economic development. Igunza, today you are here because of education. You are a journalist, well trained, one of the best journalists, because of education. The role of education in economic development. Doctors, the medics, you go to hospital, education, the role of education in economic development. You go to the agricultural industry that provides 19% to the Kenyan economy. The way you are going to plow your farm is education, to avoid soil erosion. The types of erosion that is existing is education. The way you are going to apply fertilizer is education. Go to manufacturing and construction industry that provides 16% to the economy. How are you constructing a house? Education. How do you put tiles? Education. How do you do plaster? Education. Go to the service industry that provides 65% to the Kenyan economy. Is education. That is insurance, banking, health. Education. My
so
brother,
if we frustrate education,
let us bank on education. Then after training them, let us not take them outside the country. Let them remain in the country, because that is what we call brain drain in economics. Because we need labor in the country. If you take them out, you make labor expensive.
Okay, we have to